Hello everyone. This video is going to deal with a old Lindberg 1/125th scale Fletcher class destroyer. I think it was the Melvin Blue Devil destroyer. Uh, Built one of these a long time ago when I was a kid and made it, like a pond runner. They had the motorization, and then they had a set of cams in it that you could put it on the water. It would do a circle, square, or a figure eight, or a rectangle. And it was guided by a series of cams that it followed for the rudder. And I thought about RCing it, but I've got a grandnephew who would probably get a big kick out of just putting it in the pond in the neighborhood and watching it run. So that's what I'm planning on doing with this one. Although to dress it up a little bit for me, I found some online resin printed 5-inch barrels for the gun mounts. I'll have to fix the blast bags for them. And then I found a set of 1/125th scale twin 40 millimeter Bofors, which are here. They're far better than the kit supplied ones there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, decently priced, on a website I believe called Model Monkey, and they sell all kinds of resin parts and stuff like that for ships of different sizes, everything from, I guess, well, you name it. I saw all the different scales that you could think of or you'd want to model. And so what I did was I'm just going to build it straight out of the box. I'll add a few little extra details on it. I don't know if I'll put railings on it because it's going to be a runner. But if I do, the kit supplied ones seem to be pretty sturdy, and then you'll have a piece of thread running between them. I like this kit a lot. It's not the most scaled thing. It's nowhere near the quality of the Revell 1/144 scale Fletcher class destroyer. Good luck trying to find one of those anymore. But it is 36 inches long, and if you do a lot of sanding and then put a decent paint job on it and then go back over all the detail that's on it, like the hatches and everything, with a wash and some coloring for the molded in life preservers and other pieces that's on there, you can make a decent looking model out of it. I think the one thing I will add is a full rigging on it with maybe some of the paper flags, and I might update the mast. I don't know just yet. It just depends on how delicate it is. If it's delicate, I probably will bypass it. But I know that the turrets aren't the most correct formed and all that kind of stuff, but they look good and good enough to run. And it brings back a lot of memories for me as being a kid and making one. And hopefully when I get this up and running, my grandnephew will get a kick out of putting it on the pond and watching it run. I've got the paint job that I want on it. We'll just have to define it out now with washes, and I may go back over and scribe the panel lines with a pencil and then spray it in a clear coat to help those show out a bit, and then at those intersections put some rust for wear and tear on it. It's got a twin motors, or twin propellers, which will help it, and it's got a large battery box in it, so I think it would be able to run for quite some time. Might be able to replace it with one of the new rechargeable batteries. The deck, once you get everything glued down to it, has 4 screws. It allows it to come off. And this was one I found. Lindberg just recently, I guess, reissued it in sort of like the old box art that they had when I was a kid. And I think this was, they were selling them on eBay for $59. You get all the parts to make the gearbox, the cams, and everything else. The only thing I really had to do was come up with a motor and some electrical contacts for the batteries. And I believe in this box it even had, it may have had the metal shafts for the propellers, or I came up with them. It's just a real small diameter. You could use a brass tube or a brass rod. And so I think that'll be no problem as far as running. And like I said, it's not going to be a barn burner. It'll just hopefully move about relatively easy on a low wind day. The kit overall shows its age. It's got some dimpling in the I don't even know if I can get it to turn around. It's got some dimpling in the plastic of the hull, and seams are a little heavy. But with some sanding and a lot of work, you can get it to look halfway decent. Like I said, I'm not going to go replace the torpedo tube carriers or anything else like that. I may find some pieces out of the spare box and maybe dress out the cranes for the torpedoes and stuff like that. But I'm not looking for a lot of stuff for it to tear off of. I'd like to get some railroad ladders for some tenders and use them as the ladders up to the searchlight platforms on the smokestacks, and just take it from there and see how it looks. It was a joy to build. It wasn't that hard to build. Just a lot of trimming of flash from the old molds, and it'll fit together a lot better at all the seams and stuff once I decide to glue all the structure to the hull and stop working on it and then start the weathering. But there's a lot of hatches and wireways and everything else that you can make really stand out with a little bit of black wash or gray wash, whatever you want to put on it. And then on the hull, use some rust wash to accent some of the panel lines. They're a little weak, but I found sometimes if you run over it with a real hard pencil and a straight edge and follow the lines and then clear coat it, and then you can go back and highlight those areas with rust and dirt and grime and stuff like that. I'm hoping to get this thing up and running maybe in the next, well, hopefully by springtime coming, and get out and enjoy it. But it's a shame that nobody made well, like I said, Revell did make the 144 scale one, but they're not, they don't seem big enough to be pond runners. This one just barely is. But it would have been nice if somebody would have made one a little bit bigger, maybe 40 inches long or so that you could easily run. It's never a kit that you're going to well, some people have super detailed them out, but I can't imagine that and making some kind of a museum piece out of it. It would be a lot more work than probably what's worth. You'd want to go to the Revell 144 scale one. But it has been a joy, and further down the line as I get along with it, I'll put it back up and show you with some of the finishing touches on it, and then maybe, if I can get out and enjoy it, put a clip up of it running on a pond somewhere. Hope you all enjoyed and liked this. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. And you all have a good evening. Be safe. Talk to you all later. Bye.